Okay, so hip flexor strengthening exercises to do. So if you've done the test where you're laying off the couch or over onto the couch, the one that you're doing that, and you're checking because you've got hip pain whether the hip is tight or the flexors are tight, or whether it's that they're loose and weak. If you've discovered that they're actually the movement is fine, there's the full range there, but there's still that pain there, then this is the sort of exercise you can do to help with that. So, first one you can do is nice and seated. Make sure your back's nice and straight or comfortable, and then you're literally just going to lift your knee up and down again. I'm not pressing down with my arms, I'm just resting them there. So you can do that again, reps of 10 up to 3 times, and that's quite comfortable. But what you'll find, if you have got a weak hip flexor muscle, you'll find that actually it starts to ache a little bit as you're working on it. It shouldn't be painful, but you'll notice that it's working and that it's starting to get uncomfortable. Okay. What you can progress up to, as I say, apart from 3 sets of 10, what you can progress up to is lift, hold for a count of 1 or 2 and drop, lift and hold. That's then working that muscle a little bit further. You might find that's a little bit uncomfortable for you right at the start if your muscle's weak, in which case just do the going up and down. That's absolutely fine. Do what's best for you that's working the muscle. You should feel the muscle working, you should feel it burn in that it's been worked, but you shouldn't feel that excruciating burn, and you shouldn't feel pain. There is a clear difference between pain and a muscle working. A variation of that, or there's 2 variations of that, so you could do a straight-legged standing one. Now, if you've established that you've got slightly weak glutes, this one might not be the best one for you because the balancing leg's going to be working as well. But if you find that actually you prefer to work one leg that you're balancing on whilst you're using the other one, doing the hip flexor on the other one, that's absolutely fine as well. So, standing nice and straight, what you would do is effectively you're just going to bring your leg up and down. So you're not kicking it up. You don't want to, it shouldn't be an explosive movement. It should be a nice slow movement. So you should just gently go up and down. What you'll find is that actually I can feel that working my glute on the other side, which is quite nice. I need to obviously work it. You shouldn't feel painful, and you shouldn't be doubling over like that. It should be a nice smooth movement. So nice and smooth. And again, you would do that 10 times up to 3 sets of 10. And do it on both sides. So nice and smooth. A progression from that, the standing one, you could avoid putting your foot on the floor when you're going back down after each rep. So you could go straight up, and then you can't see my video, I appreciate. You go straight up and straight back down. So you would not put your foot down to give it a little bit of a rest. That one can be a little bit more delicate than the one that I'm now going to show you, because gravity isn't working quite the same way. So another variation would be to lay nice and flat. Sorry, cutting my head off again. You don't obviously ideally you would have be on the floor doing these. Making sure your lower back's nice and protected. You don't want your lower back arched up. You shouldn't be able to just get your hands under there. You should have a nice flat back. And then the same principle, you're literally just going to lift your leg up and back down and up and back down. Now what you can do is a variation of this, or a progression of this, once your leg is up, is hold it up there for a count of 2 and then back down. And then back down. So you can progress from there. What I would say is that these ones, the laying down ones, may just be a little bit more work for your muscles. So you might find that you get that burning sensation in the hip flexors whilst you're doing it. But these things can all work to strengthen those hip flexors, and certainly if you found that they're loose and that you've got pain present because they're really struggling to do the job they're doing. But what I would say is make sure you're working within a decent sort of pain parameter, if you like. So you shouldn't, if 10 is the most unbearable pain you can imagine, with any form of rehabilitation, if you like, you shouldn't be going above a 4 or a 5. And even then, I would argue actually you should probably be about 3 or a 4 if it is uncomfortable or painful. Pain, the body fights against pain, and therefore you're kind of exercising and it's counterproductive. But there's variations of how you can do that. Start with the seated ones. And if you find that they're easy for you, or you find that you're able to do the full up to 30, even with the pause with each rep, so the pausing for 2 seconds and then back down again, or count for 2 and then back down again, you can by all means progress to the standing ones or the laying down ones, or you might find that actually you can do all 3 of those and not struggle. But what we want to do is strengthen any sort of weak and long hip flexor muscles.